Okay, so let's talk about bluezetta.com, the digital marketing agency. What gave you the idea to start that business?
Oh God. So everything comes out of like circumstance, or I like to say learning on the job. I had a leaflet distribution company at one point, and we used to do door-to-door leaflet distribution with GPS tracking. It was an absolute nightmare because although it was very, very profitable, it just wasn't for me. I'm not a logistics person. I'm a like sit in one place and kind of bring the work to me person. So when that business was going downhill, I needed to find a way to pivot. So it was like, okay, what's next? And obviously I had this IT background, but it was about renaming the company and bringing out something different, which we now have as bluezetta. So now it's less paper and more digital. So we deal with digital advertising, mobile app development, and also website development.
Okay, so how did you get your first client?
Oh, that's the bit that I think is hard, and that's the difference why it's better to stay in a job where they get the clients for you. It can be really, really difficult. So I would say it's not social media. I don't have social media personally. What worked for me beneficially was looking at all the businesses, cold calling because I had that background as well, and really emails. So you have GDPR, which applies obviously to consumers, but when you're dealing with businesses, it's slightly different. So I chose to kind of outreach to businesses on a mass scale, reach out to head offices, reach out to decision makers, and really tell them about what I could do for them. So I think the first 1 or 2 clients, I was kind of like, what they really kind of, are they trusting me with their custom? Are they going to let me build this app? But here we are, clients and clients and clients later, and it was worth every bit.
So how long did it take you to get your first client?
I would say, because I had a bit of a sales experience from my first job, really about a month to get my first client. But people have to bear in mind, this is from when you start a business to when you yourself decide to take it seriously. So there's loads of businesses that are registered 1 year, make no turnover, make no effort for the first 9 months, and then you kind of see that growth period. So for me, the moment I decided, it was within a month. And really what's got me here today is just trying to replicate successes. And what we found that works, that's what we stick to. What doesn't work, we don't do it.
Yeah, so like I was watching a documentary about traders within the city, and I think also within Wall Street. And I remember listening to a prominent guy who said he started as a cold caller, and he made roughly around 200 calls a day to get clients. Was that your similar approach, or did you call a lot less?
No, I've never been a dull person. Even when I used to work in the city, I was a top performer. Any place I've sold, I've been a top performer. But for me, it was never really high dulls. Now, I always say there's 2 ways to cut a tree, a sharp axe or a blunt axe. Now, both can cut the tree. One just requires more force. So if you know that you're not necessarily good with tonality on the phone or speaking to people or building trust, then you need to have high activity. 2 ways to skin a cat. But if you have that gift of the gab, then it may actually mean you're having long conversations to build that rapport with the relevant people. So I always had high talk time and low dulls. So my day looks like I need to contact 20 people. I'm going to have a really, really good conversation with 2 or 3 of those people. And one of those 3 people is going to be my clients 5 days after that.